Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're tackling a really interesting question. Can a brand like Fossil really capture the spirit, the raw power of a Shelby car on your wrist?
Yeah, that's a good one.
We're going deep on their Grand Tour collaboration. We've got a review here, and we're going to unpack the details, maybe some surprising facts, and see if they, actually pulled it off.
And, this specific collaboration, it's quite clever for Fossil. They don't have that deep heritage like some watch brands.
Right. Not like a Timex or something.
Exactly. So they use these kinds of partnerships, these collaborations with icons like Shelby to create excitement. It gives them instant appeal, an emotional hook, you could say.
Sidestepping the slow burn of building a legacy brand.
Pretty much. It's selling a feeling, tapping into something people already connect with, not just selling a watch based on decades of watchmaking history alone.
That makes sense. So, okay, Shelby.
Yeah.
When you hear that name, I mean, the connection to American muscle, to racing history, it's immediate, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Carroll Shelby founded Shelby American in '62, a total legend.
Involved with the Ford GT40.
Yeah. The only American car to ever win Le Mans. Incredible. And of course, those high-performance Mustangs everyone knows.
But the most iconic design has got to be the Cobra, right?
Without a doubt. You picture it immediately. That bright, glistening blue, the white racing stripes. Just iconic.
Yeah.
And interestingly, the review mentions the writer's father-in-law actually built a Shelby Daytona Coupe kit car.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And get this, only 6 originals of the Daytona Coupe were ever made, back in '64 or '65, based right on the Cobra.
So if a guy building a Shelby kit car thinks the watch is cool, that's a pretty strong endorsement for capturing the spirit, huh?
That's got to count for something, right? It suggests they maybe got the essence right.
Okay, so let's get into the watch itself, the Grand Tour. How do they translate that automotive power?
My first thought was, does a racing watch have to be a chronograph? With the stopwatch dials. But I guess it makes logical sense for racing. It does feel appropriate, yeah.
And this one's big. Apparently 44.5 millimeters across, 15 millimeter tall. Trying to convey that car presence, I suppose.
Definitely a substantial size.
Though, funny thing, the source mentions conflicting specs. Fossil says 44 millimeter, Shelby says 45 millimeters, and only 13 millimeter thick. Kind of weird.
Slight variations. It happens. But the reviewer felt it worked okay on a 7-inch wrist.
Right, but maybe a bit much for wrists under, say, 6.75 inches.
Yeah, that size could definitely be a factor for some people. It's part of that bold automotive look they're going for.
So the case itself, what's the design like?
It's mainly brushed steel, which gives it a tool watch feel, but then you've got polished sides, polished flanks.
Got a bit of refinement.
Exactly. And the bezel is metal on metal with this coin edge detailing those little grooves around the side.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
And there's a little red 500 accent, maybe a nod to the Shelby GT500.
Could be.
And chronograph pushers.
Interestingly, they're described as feeling quite soft. Not the super clicky feel you sometimes get with Quartz chronos. Okay, practicality. It comes in a slim metal case, which sounds nice, and 2 strap options.
Yep, 2 22-millimeter straps, both quick release. You get a pretty hefty steel bracelet and also a blue perforated leather one, like a rally strap.
Nice. Gives you options.
Yeah.
And water resistance.
Pretty decent 100 meters, so, built to take pretty much anywhere, everyday wear kind of thing.
Good. But, okay, the dial. Often the main event. Visually. How does that stack up?
Well, the review calls it the main attraction, but also cluttered.
Oh, how so?
Seems the white hands, the white racing stripes on the dial, and the white hour markers all kind of blend together a bit.
So legibility might not be its strongest point.
Potentially, yeah. And the lume, the glow-in-the-dark stuff, reportedly quite dim, but you absolutely get those key Shelby elements. The racing stripes are prominent, and the Cobra logo is right there at 6 o'clock. Can't miss it.
Right, those are crucial for the collab. So, what's ticking inside? The movement.
It's a Japanese Miyota OS11 quartz chronograph. Reliable, pretty standard stuff.
Accuracy. Battery life.
Accuracy is around plus or minus 20 seconds a month, which is typical for quartz, and a good 5-year battery life.
Solid. And that soft pusher feel probably comes down to this specific Miyota movement then.
Likely, yeah. It's just how that particular mechanism is designed. And on the back...
Oh yeah, the case back.
We get this cool Shelby Cobra medallion set into the steel. Looks a bit more menacing than the one on the dial, apparently. Held in place by star screws. Nice touch.
Okay, so wrapping it up, overall impression from the review. Sounds like, despite maybe the legibility issue, it was positive.
Yeah, seems like it. The reviewer said they liked it straight away, called it a fun collab, And crucially, it's under that $500 mark.
So it kind of succeeds on its own terms,
Yeah.
as a fun, accessible piece.
Absolutely. It seems to do exactly what it's trying to do. Leverages that Shelby name effectively. It is a limited run, too, just 1,098 pieces.
Ah, limited edition. Price was $495.
That's right, 495 US. And again, that anecdote about the kit car building father-in-law digging it, that says a lot about hitting the right notes for enthusiasts.
Yeah, it really does. So this deep dive, I think it really shows how blending these big automotive names with, wearable watch design can work really well. It's not just branding, it's about translating an experience.
It is. And it leaves you thinking, doesn't it? How do objects like this, like a watch, successfully capture the spirit, the sheer power of something like a Shelby? What are those design cues that really nail a brand's essence, beyond just sticking a logo on it? Something for you to ponder.